Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's Mike McNamara. This is Screen Magazine. It's Valentine's Day, everybody. So what perfect documentary to highlight on Valentine's Day than a film called Love Me? Now, if I told you that this film, Love Me, actually centers on Russian mail-order brides, you might say, well, that's the opposite of Valentine's Day. And that's what I thought too before I actually watched it. This film is a fascinating look at some men that go overseas and pursue true love through this Russian mail-order bride service. And it is a fascinating look at relationships, at their lives, at the lives of these women. I love this doc so much, I said we had to get the director to call into screen, and we are thrilled to have the director, Jonathon Narducci, calling into screen today. Jonathon, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Such a great film, and I will preface this with, I watched it with my girlfriend. My girlfriend and I sat here and watched it last night, and we were both completely charmed by it. Give our listeners a quick intro to what Love Me is all about.
Love Me is a film that follows about 5 characters from America and 1 from Australia as they go through the process of what mail-order bride services are today, which are based on the internet and through email and through message boards. And it's kind of like a contemporary view into how this industry works, specifically concentrating on Ukraine. And that's basically it. We follow men kind of through the whole process.
It's fascinating because early on, I'm watching this and I'm saying, man, you gotta take us to the Ukraine and watch these guys meet these women that they've been emailing back and forth with for months. And you so beautifully created that anticipation, and then it delivers as we travel overseas with these guys on what is almost like a bus tour of meeting gorgeous Russian women. Can you elaborate on that?
Primarily, we feature one company called A Foreign Affair, which is also where the inspiration of the title of the film came from, because their website is loveme.com. And what they do is they provide these services for basically, they take men on tours. They call them romance tours, and they go around the country. And they do this in countries all over the world. It's not just in Ukraine, but in Ukraine, they'll go on these tours with like 35 to 45 guys. They stop in a city, and then they have these like events that they call social. And it's basically they pack a room full of women that are supposedly looking for a husband, and there's like about 10 women for every guy, and they try to get them to interact and communicate through kind of like somewhat almost juvenile memes. You know, it's a pretty weird experience to be there filming it too.
Guys, Jonathon is not kidding when he says packed with women. It's around 20 guys, 200 women. Also keep in mind, my friends, most of these women don't speak a lick of English. So there's a translator there to kind of help bridge the gap. And talk about your experience being in that environment. It had to be thrilling in some ways, but maybe also a bit depressing, to realize that, around 198 of those 200 women were going to go home without any sort of companionship of any kind.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I think that most of the 198 women that actually, don't end up with somebody probably dodge a bullet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like these are like the most charming guys on earth going over there for, brides. So, I mean, the only way to describe it is fish out of water. It's like You have a bunch of kind of guys who have no dating prowess, and they're going to a country where they're completely foreign. They don't understand the language. They don't understand the culture. They don't understand anything. And so then they're expected to interact with all these women and try to find some kind of marriage out of it. It's pretty weird. So for me, it was like even hyper real, because we weren't there looking for brides, and to be perfectly honest, we were both the most attractive and the youngest guys there.
Right.
So we were actually more age appropriate than all of the other times. So there would be quite a bit of attention on us, which was good and bad, because a lot of the access that we got to the characters in the film was based on our ability to kind of facilitate their quest.
Right.
And because we were like the younger, better looking guys, most of the pretty girls wanted to hang out near us, and therefore wanted to hang out with us as well. And we're like, well, you can hang out with us as long as you sign this release and allow us to film you for this documentary. And so that was kind of our access point. I never got a sense of depressing feelings, because what I discovered after going there 5 times is that a lot of the women are there kind of as a secondary job. They're almost like dating for money. You know, it's like they get little presents out of it. Sometimes they get money out of it. You know, they'll split it with their translators. So, you know, and then every once in a while there'll be a genuine woman who's there who's kind of just like as confused as anyone else and is like, yeah, well, why not? I'll just go give it a shot, you know?
Absolutely. Guys, we're talking with the director, Jonathon Narducci. His documentary, Love Me, is available now on VOD. Go buy it. Grab your girlfriend, watch it, or grab some guys, watch it, or just hang out by yourself and enjoy this amazing doc. Jonathon, I've only got another minute left with you. So, and also for our listeners, you got to realize that this is pretty amazing. Jonathon takes us down 5 very different paths, some positive, some not. And it's pretty fascinating how you were able to capture such a wide range of journeys for each of these men. And I'm not going to give much more away than that, because it actually becomes a pretty thrilling adventure, seeing if these relationships come together or not. Was there anything about Russian mail-order brides and that whole dynamic where your opinion changed of what that was all about?
Yeah, I think that I knew that my expectation, I was open to the change, though. You know what I mean? Like, I had the preconceived notion that everyone that's listening to this has about mail-order brides. And what I knew and what I learned and what I filmed through making this film is that, you know, we're talking about human beings, and everyone's preconceived notions can be totally wrong and totally right. Yeah. You know, the reason that these ideas are out there and these stigmas are attached to these type of women is both true and not true. So, you know, that was kind of the way we approached the film, and that's what the results were, is we got to see a different kind of narrative, a different type of story, and 5 different, very different stories.
It's fascinating. Hey, last question. What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Oh, my God. I'm probably doing this kind of stuff. No, actually, honestly, I'll be in Las Vegas shooting another documentary that day. Yeah.
That sounds pretty good. That's a good place to be for Valentine's Day. Well, cool. Yeah. Jonathon, I love this film. I'm excited for everyone to see it. Thanks for stopping by Screen today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Sure thing. That was the director, Jonathon Narducci. His film, Love Me, is available on video on demand on many, many outlets right now. Hop off Screen Mag, link through, enjoy it, sit down. It's a thrilling, wonderful doc about love, about money, about everything. Have a great Valentine's Day. Thanks for stopping by Screen. My name's Mike McNamara. I'll talk with you again soon.